What exactly is Tesla AI Day? Well guys, this is why we weren't invited to the party. It was originally a recruiting event for Tesla engineers to completely geek out on stage to excite the other engineers in the audience so that they want to work at Tesla. No press, no media, and no investor were invited to the party. Most of the presentation of AI Day was pretty technical, so grumpy journalists complained about it, and most of the media coverage was around the dancing humanoid Tesla bot. That's not even real yet. If you take it too seriously, you lose. This is why I spent a week reading about it and doing research about it, because I want to make a video to summarize and simplify the technical presentation of it, especially the part about FSD or full self-driving, how it sees the world, how it makes driving decisions, because I think that's more interesting than a human dressed in a robot suit dancing. No matter what Elon Musk does, some people would just passionately hate him, but this is not the first time Elon Musk has faced any naysayers anyway. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, is a man who is known for defying critics and disrupting industries. He's like cilantro, you either love him or hate him, but most probably he doesn't concern himself with whether you like cilantro or not. He especially doesn't care about what people think that he should not do or that his ideas are crazy or stupid. During Tesla's AI Day in August 2021, the company wanted to showcase that Tesla is now an artificial intelligence and robotics company. Before we get into the details, I want to mention that I do love cilantro, but I have a problem with Tesla calling its software FSD or full self-driving because it's clearly not full self-driving. At best, it's a very advanced driver-assisted system. Such marketing names can cause confusion or people over-relying on the system, and that may be causing troubles or accidents, so I have a problem with that. There are two main schools of thought when it comes to how to achieve level 5 autonomous driving. This first path is using LiDAR and HD map. And Elon being Elon, he and his team did not choose this path. Most companies belong to this camp, including Waymo, Uber, Toyota. This technology requires mapping out in advance the exact routes the cars can drive on. LiDAR is a method of measuring distance by shooting lasers and detecting how much time it takes for the lasers to come back, in order to detect how far away the objects are and where they are. This technology allows for constructing extremely accurate 3D maps, even up to the millimeters. LiDARs are great, they're just very expensive. The cost of one LiDAR can range between $10,000 to $75,000, so just the LiDAR itself makes the car not very affordable. Another problem is that in order for the autonomous vehicles with LiDARs to drive on the streets, it requires a detailed mapping of the area first, which means these autonomous vehicles can only drive in a limited area that you have extensively mapped out before. This is why the current robotaxi companies like Waymo or AutoX in China can only operate in a handful of cities. It's not an inferior solution for now, it's just companies opting for HD map and LiDAR will face scaling issues in the future, either in terms of deploying their robotaxi fleets or services on the streets in more countries or areas, or in terms of scaling the production or manufacturing of the cars because of costs. I would like to argue that maybe this method with HD map and LiDAR won't get the cars to level 5 fully autonomous driving, because all the knowledge and data and training is limited to a certain area. It's difficult for these cars to generalize the knowledge for other countries, for example. Therefore, the rebellious Tesla team is betting heavily on using AI, computer vision, and deep neural network. Basically, the Tesla team wants to teach the car how to fish instead of giving the fish to the car directly, if that makes sense. I'm going to talk about the reasons behind this decision next, so you can tell me if it's stupid or not. Tesla is choosing a camera-based computer vision and neural network solution without LiDAR. Elon Musk has been quoted for saying that LiDAR is a fool's errand, and anyone relying on LiDAR is doomed. I mean, come on, can you blame people for hating him? Tesla believes computer vision and well-trained deep neural networks will recognize objects and the depth and position of the objects better, so the Tesla cars can understand and respond to the environment better. Andrei Karpathy, the director of AI at Tesla, said that when we humans drive on the streets, we don't need to shoot out lasers to figure out where the objects are on the street, because our brains naturally do that. He believes that neural networks can learn to do that too. In recent years, Tesla even removed radars from its Model 3 and Model Y. Musk said the new camera-only system will actually be safer because there is less noise or confusing signals coming from radars. Back in 2020, Tesla customers already logged 3 billion miles in 50+ countries. This is why Tesla chose to take this off the beaten path with vision only and neural network. They sit on a gold mine of possibly the largest automotive data sets in the world, since all 1 million Tesla drivers around the world are collecting data and contributing to the data sets daily and willingly. It's like you shouting at Amazon, "Alexa, take my money and my data!" No other automotive company has this fan base or data advantage, and we all know that AI needs data to improve. Industry standard computer vision is usually trained with 2D images, but that's not the real life we humans live in. It's at least 3D. Therefore, using 2D images or footage to train the neural network is not good enough. How does Tesla solve this problem? They set out to collect images and videos from the 8 cameras on each Tesla, and further from many different Teslas driving through the same path. Then they fuse all these images and footages of the same path together to create the so-called vector space datasets and a 3D representation with relevant information such as street signs, traffic lights, people, lines, etc. to feed into the neural networks. 4D here is 3D plus time. To get the neural networks to learn to predict in vector space instead of image space, to calculate the car's distance from the curbs and other objects, and if the car can safely change lanes, Tesla has to label a huge amount of data as examples to help their neural networks make sense of the data. Now that they have the vector space datasets in 3D, or as Musk likes to say, 4D because of time, they label the vector space datasets directly instead of labeling single images. This point is actually mind-blowing because it feels simple and intuitive, but at the same time, it's very difficult to think of, because why else has no one done this before? This technique already reduced the time and effort needed to label every single image repetitively, and Tesla already built an in-house team of 1,000 data labelers in the US to reduce latency and increase speed. That's still not good enough for Tesla. To make the process even more efficient, Tesla started automating labeling tasks. In a nutshell, Tesla has developed a process to sort and organize its data automatically. This is done through the collaboration of people and computers. Even though Elon Musk warned us about humans being overtaken by AI soon, he knows fully that autonomous driving is a very difficult problem to solve. So really, if you take everything he says seriously, you lose. Full autonomy is a hard problem because it involves real-world perception, planning, prediction, and actioning. The amount of effort required to collect necessary data, label the data, simulate more data for the rare edge cases, train the algorithms, and finally, to inference in the real world while collecting even more data and then going back to more training again. It's an endless loop. All this requires an unimaginable amount of computation. Tesla's current training cluster, powered by NVIDIA GPUs, is already the world's 5th largest supercomputer, and yet this scale of performance is still not enough for Tesla's vision and ambition. And NVIDIA's GPUs are probably very expensive. Tesla needs more computational power to train even larger neural networks in a power-efficient manner, so they started building their own chips a few years ago under the name Project DOJO. With 362 teraflops of processing power and a 7nm technology, which is again a product of Taiwan's TSMC. I'm not going to get into the technical details here, but the business implications here are interesting because there's no reason why the DOJO supercomputer based on Tesla's own chips can only be used to train autonomous cars. When asked, Musk admitted that on top of the possibility of licensing out their FSD software to other companies, they might also open up DOJO for neural network training as a service. This means that it might impact NVIDIA, AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure, for example. If it happens, Tesla is yet to manufacture this chip. So, if you're still watching this video, thank you so much for staying until now. And I hope this video somehow helped you. And what do you think? Do you think other OEMs even have a chance to build smarter self-driving cars? I don't think so, because they all rely on other suppliers for other technologies versus Tesla owning all their solutions and technology in-house, plus the data engine that they have built. But try to convince me otherwise in the comments. Is fully autonomous vehicles even the right problem to solve though? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. See you next time.